NFL draft may finally be in the books, but that does not mean the work stops for Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles. After a rollercoaster weekend, the Eagles had one more ace up their sleeve, and that was adding some stability to the quarterback position. Carson Wentz was set to enter his contract year in 2019, but that was until the team exercised his 5th-year option, keeping him in Philadelphia until at least 2021. Now, this story should not be blown out of proportion. Of course, it's fantastic that Carson Wentz remains on the Eagles. He was entering his contract year this season, so it at least takes away the aspect that there's going to be a world of uncertainty after next season. This was sort of a must for the Philadelphia Eagles. If they couldn't reach agreement on a long-term extension this offseason, they kept Carson Wentz for 1 year more. Now, we don't need to explain what makes Carson Wentz so special. We know that in 2018 he came back from a torn ACL and somehow still set a completion percentage of 69%, a career high. He also went 180 passes without throwing an interception. That was the longest streak by an Eagle since 2013, and of course we don't even need to talk about the season in 2017 where his MVP level campaign saw him throw 33 touchdowns and just 7 interceptions. What this does more than anything is give the Philadelphia Eagles an insurance policy. If you're to look at any of the names from the 2016 draft that have had their options exercised, it's the most elite players from that draft. We're talking Jared Goff, Joey Bosa, Ezekiel Elliott, Jalen Ramsey, and guys like Vernon Hargreaves and Laramie Tunsil. You can see the full list courtesy of Warren Sharp at his Twitter, but this move is simply a no-brainer. It's clear the Eagles want to bring Carson Wentz back long-term, and it makes sense if they can't agree to terms right now, they at least get that 1 more year insurance policy out of him. Now, not only does that mean they get 1 more full season of play, because it will cost the team just under $23 million if they don't find a long-term extension by 2020. So if Carson Wentz goes into this point next year, he'll be costing the Eagles $23 million. I'd assume that at some point between now and this time next year, there is a long-term extension reached, but it won't be before next season has panned out. The Eagles need to see what they're getting in Carson Wentz when he's fully healthy, with the new offensive weapons around him. He's got some shiny new toys in the likes of Deshaun Jackson and JJ Arcega-Whiteside, and of course, being fully healthy, they need to know. Now, if Carson Wentz does go down with injury, or there is an unforeseen circumstance that impacts his play, that's where this move comes in, because it means that long-term deal they've not paid for prematurely. However, if Wentz balls out like the MVP we know he probably could do, that's when the price of that contract will now go up. So it's a double-edged sword, but instead of putting all of their chips on either direction, what the Eagles and Howie Roseman have done is just put it straight down the middle and buy 1 more year of optionality. It gives them a 12-year window to find a long-term agreement with Carson Wentz and make sure that they have the future of their franchise penned down to a long-term extension before it's going to cost them a shade under what the franchise tag would. So yes, it's important that the Eagles have exercised that option. They did the same with Nelson Agholor. This is an entirely new concept, especially as I mentioned before, around this draft class. It just gives the Eagles an insurance policy in the event that they can't work out that long-term extension. But what do you think of the move, guys? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit subscribe if you're new around here. Don't forget to leave a like, and from myself, Liam Jenkins, we'll see you next time.